What up, everybody? It's your boy CG. Now, before I get into today's videos, I just want to let you guys know that I'm going to be talking a little bit low this video. Somebody on the other side of the house has their own work going on, and I just want to be respectful of that. So I'm going to talk a little bit lower than I normally do. We're going to get through this video though. It's going to be the same me, same everything. But before I get into today's videos, if everybody could do me a quick favor, hit that like button. It's the easiest way to show support to the channel. It takes less than a second, and it also helps my channel show up on more people's views or on the side of the other people's videos so they can make their way here. But yeah, today I was going to talk about my perspective on what's going to be building the next crypto bull run, then what's going to help strengthen the foundation of it, and what would support an onslaught of people running to the stands or running to their phones to buy Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. The first side of it I would like to talk about is the institutional side, and this article just happens to touch on it using Grayscale as an example. There are plenty of other examples, but Grayscale just happens to be what this article is talking about, and it actually proves my point. So, in the first quarter of 2020, Grayscale apparently saw around $389 million in investment into their Bitcoin trust, which is one of their most popular trusts, well, which was one of their most popular products in their lineup. And it's really amazing to see this inflow of cash into Bitcoin coming at such an excessive rate. Grayscale is actually saying that over half, I'm not even over just over half, but about 70 to 80% of this money or this capital. Okay, I'm not even gonna say over 70, 80%, around over 80%, close to 90% of its capital that's flowing into their Bitcoin trust and their cryptocurrency or altcoin trust are coming from institutional investors. So the fact that we're seeing this big, massive inflow from institutions, the institutions clearly see what is coming. They clearly see the value that is inside of the cryptocurrency space, and they're not going to let up until they have some type of monopoly to a certain degree on the supply and demand of these assets, these digital assets. And the fact that Grayscale itself as well has opened its doors with these types of products available to the general public. It's not just for institutional investors as well, it's for retail investors too, but it's mostly retail investors, mostly institutional investors. So it's extremely important that people pay attention to things like this. The fact that we're seeing this movement of cash flow into cryptocurrencies, people need to start taking heed and start moving with them as well. You have to move where the big players are going, where these big companies, you understand the CEOs of these companies, the founders of these companies, whoever is at the top is not I'm not gonna say in cahoots, but is in a circle. They're in circles where everything that is happening for the future of the world, the next 5, 10 years, the next decade is being talked about. They're making these moves because they are a part of these circles. They have the money to do these things. So the fact that people, well, I'm not even gonna say the fact that people, because most of the people who are not in the cryptocurrency space are not aware of this type of information. So guys, you got and ladies, guys and ladies, if you are watching this video, understand where I'm coming from. Do your research and make the best decision for you based on the research that you do. So yeah, Grayscale is just talking about how all these huge institutional players are making moves using their products. Grayscale was one of the first regulated crypto products to hit the market, having been launched in 2013. I did not know Grayscale launched in 2013. I thought Grayscale had launched just recently. So apparently Grayscale has been here. That's freaking, come on. It's so obvious what's going on. And like I was just saying, they're talking about the market sentiment among the institutional players, and I was just telling everybody or telling you guys that this is the future. They see it. They really touch on regulation and how the regulation is still kind of open, and the way the regulation is, people could be doing something that they think is right, and the United States government could come down with the ban hammer and tell them that it's wrong and try to fine them and take them to court, file lawsuits, all these different things. So they have to be really careful. But it's the fact that regardless of these regulations and that potential negative outcome, they're still moving forward. So yeah, that's the institutional side of things. I hope you guys are paying attention. Well, if you're watching me, you're clearly paying attention, but let your family and friends know, pay attention. This is what's going on. And if you're the type of person who, is secretive, do what you do. Just keep doing your research and make the best decisions based on your research. So the second article on Celsius CEO on why BTC didn't explode during COVID-19. So I'm actually this is a project of interest for me. If you guys saw my coin of the day or the altcoin I spent my stimulus check on, I actually put my money into Celsius Network because I'm actually really looking at them because of their position, what they're doing in the market, um, as well as the fact that they actually do seem to care about the stability of the value of their altcoin, which in my opinion is the metric of success in their company, a metric for success in their company. So Alex Machinsky, who is the CEO of the Celsius, is explaining on his position why BTC didn't really move that much. When long story short, he's saying that BTC it correlates too much with the stock market. And as you guys know, the stock market was doing extremely horrible because of the COVID epidemic. And people were selling out their positions. Everybody's trying to rush into fiat or cash and whatever it may be, so they would have money to survive during the time that this pandemic is going on, the shutdowns worldwide are going on. So the fact that BTC correlates so much with the freaking stock market, everybody's like, well, if BTC is not going to perform as a safe haven asset at this time, then what the hell is the point of being in BTC? So people are actually also selling out of BTC as well, which is another reason I think we saw. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. With the $3,800 price point that was made, that BTC hit in March, I think a part of that had to do with whale selling pressure, and the whale selling pressure on top of people panicking from the COVID epidemic. It just crashed the whole price. So guys, be aware that the stock market is at this point really affecting, and I'm not going to say affecting, but it is correlating with BTC. BTC is following this thing too closely. That's why people aren't really viewing it as, oh, I'm going to throw money into BTC. Now, the reason people would throw money into BTC is because they're seeing all these stimulus packages coming through and using the the unlimited quantitative easing introduced by the United States government. And this is crazy because they're basically saying we can do whatever the hell we want. We can print as much cash as we want. We believe that we have the military might and the economic advantage over all these other countries. So our dollar, no matter what we do to it, is never going to lose value. And this is a big reason why people would move towards Bitcoin. It's a big reason why people would move to alternative assets that they could potentially be viewed as safe haven assets. And I honestly see that decoupling happening soon. I'm not going to say when. I'm not going to say how, what the catalyst may be, but with all these things going on right now, we are going to see an inflection point where BTC is going to start moving separately from the stock market, regardless of what stimulus is invested into the stock market, or if the stock market dumps all over again. I do think that we are going to see BTC start rising as a result of these times that we're living in. So guys, just be aware, pay attention. um Celsius CEO Alex also wanted to say that it's funny that oil went negative. That's another thing. Oil went freaking negative the other day while BTC remained calm, steady levels, and actually hit $7,500 today, which is freaking. It's like, wow, BTC is kind of starting to show its worth. If you get what I'm saying. Well, like I was saying, influx of cash from the Federal Reserve, the mass printing, that would pull people towards BTC because they're not finding value in anything else. The stock market is extremely volatile right now. It's going to push people towards this alternative to where people can't intentionally screw the market up. But yeah, Bitcoin holders are accumulating at a rapid pace, and that's huge for prices. Now, the amount of Bitcoin holders is surpassing the previous amount of Bitcoin whales that were present in the 2017 bull run, and the people are taking note of this. Glassnode use their metric, the Bitcoin hodler net position change, which tracks the overall sentiment and flow of long-term investors in the space, and it's been growing daily since the end of March, and it's now hitting yearly highs. So people are accumulating BTC, and it's really, this metric is really going geared. No, I'm not gonna say geared. It's a majority of the people holding are the institutions, like the institutional investors, the hedge funds, Hoover, like the big money, the smart money is here. That's where it's moving. These are the new whales. And guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. We're gonna see some crazy rallies. We're going to see some crazy rallies in the next bull market. It is going to be the strongest bull market we've ever seen. I honestly do see Bitcoin, in my personal perspective, hitting 100,000 to $150,000 per coin. This is going to be crazy, people. You just have to follow the money, understand what you're getting yourself into, and have, like, just approach everything with a logical and common sense perspective. They're not moving here for a freaking double their money. They're not. That's not what they're doing. These people are coming here to eat. Like, they're not coming here to turn $100 into $200 or a million into 2 million. They're coming here to turn a million into 100 million. They're coming here to turn a million into half a billion. You feel me? That's the whole premise of when smart money moves. They're not looking for 10x's. Smart money wants 100x. Smart money wants 1,000x. Smart money wants to be able to build the freaking a city on the freaking moon with their profits. That's how these people think. So, guys, just be aware. They are accumulating BTC and cryptocurrencies. Like, don't let any of these news outlets fool you, or anybody talk you out of looking into this information, because it will prove invaluable in making future decisions that may change or alter your path in the future. Final final stage I was going to talk about the actual developments in and of themselves in the cryptocurrency community, and this one is actually speaking on ETH, and Ethereum is supposedly going to be launching its Ethereum 2.0. So I'm going to skip all the semantics. Ethereum 2.0 is basically the next stage of ETH's evolution. Ethereum 2.0 is supposed to be dozens, if not hundreds of times, maybe 1,000 times faster than ETH was previously. ETH is the second biggest cryptocurrency in the cryptocurrency market. It, at I think 20 billion or 25 billion in market cap, it's insane. And ETH is there's so much money in Ethereum, and that's being transacted every day. I think it surpasses Bitcoin, to be honest with you, just in transaction value, though, not actual market cap value. But it actually does surpass Bitcoin in my perspective. So there are so many protocols, or there's so many different projects or companies that are building on Ethereum is ridiculous. And the fact that Ethereum 2.0 is coming to make every all of ETH 1.0's shortcomings and flip them around and correct all of those negatives. It's How can I put this? It's a no-brainer that if Ethereum may actually flip Bitcoin as the number one cryptocurrency at some point in time. I honestly do see that flip happening. I'm not going to say for how long, but I do see it happening. I do see Ethereum taking over Bitcoin. Now, here's reasons why Ethereum would actually increase in value, supposedly, hypothetically speaking. Ethereum validators will cause a supply shock. So essentially, people are going to want to stake their Ethereum. They're going to rush to stake apparently it's 32 Ethereum to have passive income, and that's going to take a massive amount of Ethereum out of the supply. People aren't going to be able to well, there's going to be a supply shock, basically. There's going to be less Ethereum available to be bought, and that's going to drive the supply and demand side of things through the roof. Like, Ethereum is going to go up in value simply because of that one metric alone, or that one side of things alone. Then you guys also have to look at this: retail investors flooding into the market. That's another big thing. There's so many people who missed out in 2017 who are going to get wind of this of what's going on Bitcoin wise and cryptocurrency wise, and they are going to come rushing in to a Ethereum that is much faster, much stronger, much more resilient, and has less supply. So Ethereum definitely is going to benefit from that as well. The fundamental demand of Ether is going to increase as well because, like I said, Ethereum 2.0, once it rolls out, all the reasons to work with ETH are 10 times what they were now. Those fundamentals that ETH was built on that made it desirable are 10 times are going to be much stronger. So people are going to have an increased demand for it to build their networks on or build their blockchains, build their companies on their projects. So also we have to keep an eye out for that. And then there's the chance that they may look into having ETH burned every time there's a transaction made on the Ethereum network. So all these different things that are going to come out of ETH 2.0, yeah, I honestly do see ETH having a great time in the next bull market. I think ETH has a potential to hit at its height in a retail and institutional driven bull market. In my perspective, I think ETH may hit ETH's previous high was what, 1200, 1400. I think ETH could hit 3 to 5 times that. We may see $3,000 to $5,000 ETH in the next bull run, so don't be surprised. But yeah, everybody, this has been my perspective on everything. Let me know what you think in the comments below. All the links to the articles will be in the video description. This has been your boy CG. I'll be back at you guys tomorrow with another video. Peace. I'm out. Have a great day and stay safe.